What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. And we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. Didn't have the best day with the home run props yesterday, but I still made some money back. Sprinkled a couple bucks on some leans, and I managed to make some cash back there as well. I said yesterday, these are the days where you want to have notifications turned on. We do have some early afternoon action. And I tried to get this out as early as possible, but about half of the plays that I like today had to wait till the early morning for some prices. Unfortunately, I was ready to do this video at about 3 a.m. Eastern, but I had barely any prices, and I want to be able to get you guys the most up-to-date information, and I'd be able to give you guys the most up-to-date prices as well, and make sure that some of these guys are playing. So, like I said, this is where you want to have notifications turned on so that you can be the first to be in the know when this video drops, and I can get out this information to you guys. But these plays, for a reminder, these plays are meant to be very high risk, high reward. Tuesday was an example of that. They're not plays you should dump your whole bankroll into. They're just plays to have some side action on, some fun on the side, just for some pizza or some coffee money. The plays that I give out here, these are the angles I'm looking at. You don't have to play every single game that I give out here. Anything you do play from here, I do recommend you just play it straight, but I do know that some people like to parlay these home run props. So what I recommend is, if it's within your means, I like to do a round robin on any parlay that's 3 legs or more. Gives you a bit of a safety net in case one of the legs goes awry. I mean, how many times have all of us had that parlay that, we were one leg off from, and unfortunately, because we didn't do a round robin, we get nothing out of it. But if you do a round robin, yes, it increases the amount that you have to put down for the bet, but it also gives you, like I said, a safety net in case something goes wrong. So that's just my recommendation for that. But let's take a look at the home run prop that we did hit on Tuesday. And it was Ryan O'Hearn coming through for us at a nice plus 540 in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Rays. Also had a couple of leans in that Twins matchup, and Royce Lewis ended up coming through as well. But just a couple of hits on the home run props. It was tough. For a Dinger Tuesday, it just felt like all the long shots were coming in. I saw a lot of +7, +800s coming in. Some chalk as well, but still, hopefully we'll be able to make some of that back today. But before I get started, I just want to remind everybody, I love interacting with you guys. Love seeing the comments that you have on these games. So yeah, drop in the comment section below. Do you like the angle I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angle? Do you have player props, home run props of your own? Like I said, drop them in the comment section. Sometimes I even take a look at the comment section and pick out some of the props that you guys give out, because some of those have been absolute fire, and we've been making a lot of money with those. So yeah, definitely drop them in the comment section. But if you're going to do that, please drop them in there before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team, one goal. And that goal here at Pickdawgz every single day is to make the books pay us, and pay us big. So make sure you get those plays in before the games start. But let's get to the action. Towards the action. It's still early for me. I'm still trying to get the coffee into my system. But let's get to the action for Wednesday. We're going to start things off with this matchup between the Marlins and the Blue Jays. I'm going to go with Jorge Soler for plus 425. I'm going to keep running Solers until he starts to cool down again. He's hitting .355 with 4 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Kevin Gausman, he has been hittable for the Blue Jays. He's allowed a home run in 3 straight starts, has a 9.2% barrel rate, while Soler has a 17.6% barrel rate as well this season. Gausman can be very hit or miss on the road, and I think if he's going to get hit here, I think it's going to be by Soler. So give me Jorge Soler at plus 425. I'm also leaning towards Garrett Hampson and Luis Arraez for the Marlins there. I mean, Arraez on a tear right now, in the chase for a 400 batting average, but he is hitting for a lot of singles. Only has the 1 home run, but usually with Arraez, you can get a nice payday out of it. And Garrett Hampson, 5 career hits against Gausman. 3 of those have gone for home runs, so if you can get a price on Hampson, I think it's worth sprinkling maybe a buck or two on. But I'm also going to look at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at plus 500 for the Blue Jays. In his career, he's hitting 5 for 7, or a 714 batting average in his career against Sandy Alcantara, with a pair of extra base hits, including a home run. Guerrero Jr. also has that crazy split where all of his home runs have come on the road this season. So I'm going to look at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for a home run at plus 500. I could probably sprinkle a couple of bucks on a couple of other Blue Jays like George Springer, Bo Bichette, guys we usually get some decent value with. Even Even Danny Jansen has a pair of home runs in the last week against right-handed pitching as well. So I'll look at maybe those guys as well for the Blue Jays. For the Tampa Bay Rays here, we're going to look at Luke Raley for a home run at plus 425. He's hitting 333 with a home run and 3 extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. He also has a home run off of Tyler Wells, who has allowed 4 home runs in 4 career starts against Tampa Bay. He's also allowed 8 home runs in his last 6 starts overall. Has a subpar 11.2% barrel rate this season allowed, while Raley leads the Rays in barrel rate at 20.4% at the dish. So give me Luke Raley for a home run at plus 425. I'm also going to look at Ryan O'Hearn for a home run at plus 425 as well. He did hit a homer on Tuesday for us. I like his chances to go back-to-back days here. He's still hitting well above 400 in the last week against right-handed pitching. Taj Bradley, a nice arm for the Tampa Bay Rays, but he has really struggled at the Trop at home. That's where he's played his worst baseball, and I think O'Hearn could tag him here. It's going to be Ryan O'Hearn for a home run at plus 425. I'm also going to roll with Austin Hayes for a home run at plus 600. He's hitting 579 in the last week against right-handed pitching with 4 extra base hits, including a home run. We usually get solid value on Austin Hayes. I think this is going to be no different. I'm going to take Austin Hayes for a home run at plus 600. Now for the Cincinnati Reds, I'm going to roll with Elly De La Cruz for a home run at plus 390. He got back on track with a home run on Tuesday. I'd like him to go yard on Wednesday as well against Connor Seabold, who's likely to struggle in another hitter-friendly park like Cincinnati's. He is coming off a start where he allowed 4 home runs to a solid Atlanta team, and of the 7 home runs allowed that Seabold's allowed this season in his last 6 starts, 6 of those have come on the road. I like Elly De La Cruz here at plus 390. Again, this could be another catalog spot for the Cincinnati Reds. I think you could make a case for any bat in Cincinnati's lineup right now. Guys like Jonathan India, Jake Fraley, Tyler Stevenson, Spencer Steer. I think they're all in play here, and they're all guys that I may put a couple bucks on as well throughout the day, or at least closer to first pitch. De La Cruz just stood out the most for me, but I wouldn't fight you on any other Reds bat. I don't think multiple are hitting home runs as well, and as well as hitting in the high 200s or even 300 batting average or better. So that's just my opinion in that game. For the Detroit Tigers against Kansas City Royals here, I'm going to look at Spencer Torkelson at plus 550. I'm going back to Torkelson here, against Brady Singer. Has some of the highest exit velocity, hard hit percentage numbers, and barrel rates in baseball. Torkelson, he's got an 11.2% barrel rate this season, has 3 home runs, 7 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So give me Spencer Torkelson for a home run at plus 550. I'm also going to look at Kerry Carpenter for a home run at plus 500. He's hitting 394 with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. So give me Kerry Carpenter for a homer at plus 500. I'm also leaning towards Matt Vierling, if you can find a price on him, or if he ends up playing. Hitting 471 with a pair of home runs in a smaller sample size of 17 at-bats against righties in the last 2 weeks. Now, no Royals really stood out for me in this matchup, even though I really wanted to make a play against Matthew Boyd at home, where he has played worse this season, realistically. Maybe Salvador Perez, he has a pair of career home runs off of Matthew Boyd, but other than that, nothing really stands out to me there. For the Diamondbacks, well, it's a Diamondbacks matchup against the right-handed pitching, so give me Corbin Carroll at plus 380. I'm sticking with Corbin Carroll, even though he fell short for us on Tuesday. One bad outing isn't enough to make me jump ship here with the amount of money we made off of Carroll in the last couple of weeks. He's still hitting well over 400 with 12 extra base hits and 6 home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. Now, Julio Teheran, he's been solid for the Brewers, but he has allowed 3 home runs in his last 3 starts, and Carroll's barrel rate up at 10.2%. So give me Corbin Carroll for a home run at plus 380. I'm also going to look at Jake McCarthy at plus 1,100. I think this is fantastic value. It's our highest plus money play on the board. McCarthy is hitting 375 with 4 extra base hits and a home run in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So I'll take a shot here on Jake McCarthy at plus 1,100. I'm also going to look at Christian Walker for a home run at plus 425. He's still hitting well above 400 as well with 11 extra base hits and 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So going to be Christian Walker for a home run at plus 425. For the St. Louis Cardinals in this matchup against the Washington Nationals, I'm going to take Nolan Arenado for a home run at plus 425. Trevor Williams, he's been a decent mid-level arm for the Washington Nationals, but he has allowed a home run in 6 straight starts and 8 over that span, while Arenado hitting .364 in his career with a pair of home runs off of Williams, who is still allowing a brutal 12.7% barrel rate this season. Let's give me Nolan Arenado at plus 425. I'm also going to look at Paul DeJong for a home run at plus 500, hitting .333 in his career against Trevor Williams with 4 extra base hits, including a home run. So give me Paul DeJong for a home run at plus 500. And I'm also going to take Paul Goldschmidt for a homer at plus 300. He's hitting .292 in his career against Williams with a home run as well. So give me Paul Goldschmidt at plus 300. I'm also taking leans in that game towards Dylan Carlson, who did homer twice on Tuesday, and Jordan Walker, who's still hitting .436 with 4 home runs and 7 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against righties for a lean there. And for the Washington Nationals, a lone play for the Nats in that game, Lane Thomas at plus 600. He's hitting .323 with 7 extra base hits and a home run in the last 2 weeks against righties. Now, not many Nationals I'm loving right now, but I had to put someone out against Miles Michaelis, who always seems to get beat up when I watch him pitch on the road. So give me Lane Thomas for a home run at plus 600. Now I'm going to look at this matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies, and I'm going to go a little bit heavy in this game. I'm going to roll with Austin. First, for the Braves, I'm going to roll with Austin Riley at plus 550. Now, he's hitting .417 in his career against Philadelphia's Aaron Nola, who is getting the start today. And Riley, in that stretch, 10 extra base hits, including 5 home runs. And Nola, he's allowed a home run in 10 straight starts and 15 so far this season. You have to go back to I think, mid-April to where Nola didn't allow a home run. So I'm going to go with Austin Riley for a home run at plus 550. I'm also going to look at Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 425. He's hitting .349 with 9 extra base hits and 4 home runs in his career against Aaron Nola, hitting .295 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. Acuna Jr. also posting a 15.8% barrel rate this year. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 425. I'm also going to look at Marcell Ozuna at plus 475. He's hitting .261 with 4 home runs in his career so far against Aaron Nola. So give me Marcell Ozuna at plus 475. I'm also going to sprinkle a couple of bucks on Ozzy Albies and Eddie Rosario. 2 guys that don't have great career numbers against Nola, but ones that have been swinging a hot bat lately. I think Albies has 4 home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. I think Rosario has 5. So I think Rosario has 4 home runs, and a home run in 4 of his last 5 games as well. So I would take a look at those guys for sure as well. I'm going to look at Bryson Stott for a home run at plus 750. Always seem to get great value with Bryson Stott. He's hitting .333 with 3 extra base hits, including a triple and a pair of home runs in the last week against right-handed pitching. AJ Smith-Shawver, a solid option for Atlanta, but he did allow just 2 home runs in his last start. He's only making his 3rd big league appearance here and 1st on the road. So I would take Bryson Stott for a home run at plus 750. I'm also going to put some leans on Bryce Harper, who is hitting .385 against righties in the last 2 weeks, as well as Kyle Schwarber, who is always a home run threat. JT Realmuto, Trey Turner as well, potentially. So just my opinion on that game. And I also think this is a catalog spot for the Red Sox. I mean, it seemed like Tuesday, the names I picked for Boston, missed out, but a lot of the ones around them did. I mean, I know Sonny Gray is solid, but he has an ERA in his last 5 starts against Boston sitting around 9. And again, you name a Red Sox bat, I could probably get on board. Yoshida, Duvall, Arroyo, all homered on Tuesday. Cass is homered on Monday. Devers has 4 home runs in June against righties. Justin Turner swinging a hot bat. So I think you could just definitely make a case for anyone on the Red Sox, in my opinion. But before we get into our last few home run props of the day for Wednesday, I want to remind everybody, obviously the purpose of this home run prop show is to put you guys on some free winners in the home run prop market, some nice plus money plays, but it's also to highlight the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. The betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place are where we get the graphics for this betting show directly from the source. And what they do is they show you the player prop, they show you how often the player prop is hitting, and they show you which sports book is giving you the best possible price. Now, the nice thing is if you don't have an account with a book that's giving you the best possible price, you click on that price, you sign up with the sports book. If you're a new customer, you get a sports book bonus offer on us, and you get to play that best possible price with that bonus. But you're also adding to your advantage that the books can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number. It's another tool that you can have on your belt. Speaking of tools, there's other betting tools there. If you're betting streaks, like hot and cold trends, there's a streaks tool there for you. If you're a parlay bettor, there's multiple parlay builders on Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Places betting tools. Profitable teams, profitable angles, tons of different tools that you can play with. You just got to go over and check them out. I could probably do a show for an hour every day just looking at the day's action and just using the betting tools to make winning selections. But I think it's just best if everyone goes over and you experience it for yourself, so you can definitely see the benefit of using these betting tools and keeping them in your back pocket. But let's get to the last few home run props for Wednesday's action. We're going to go to the matchup between the White Sox and the Rangers. And I'm going to go with Luis Robert for a home run at plus 380. This might be my favorite play here, if I'm being honest. He's hitting 375 in the last 2 weeks against left-handed pitching. He gets a matchup against the lefty in Martin Perez, who has struggled mightily on the road this season. And of the 12 home runs Perez has allowed this year, 11 have come on the road. So I'm going to take Luis Robert for a home run at plus 380. I'm also going to take Jake Burger at plus 340. Like Robert, Burger has 5 home runs against left-handed pitching this season. He also leads the White Sox in barrel rate at 20.7%. So I'm going to take Jake Burger for a home run at plus 340. For the Rangers, I'm going to look at Corey Seager at plus 350. He's starting to cool off a little bit, but he is still hitting 424 with 3 home runs and 9 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. Michael Kopech, he started to reduce the home runs allowed, but he has still yielded 15 home runs this season with one of the worst barrel rates in baseball at 14.7%. Seager still leading the Rangers in barrel rate at 19.9% this season. It's going to be Corey Seager for a home run at plus 350. Also going to look at Adolis Garcia at plus 370. He's got a 14.4% barrel rate this season. He's hitting 267 with 3 extra base hits against righties in the last 2 weeks. So give me Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 370. I'm also putting in leans towards Leody Taveras, who does have 4 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks, as well as Josh Young and Jonah Heim, especially Heim, who has to be a little bit ticked off over the replay review of his tag out at home late that cost Texas the game on Tuesday. Maybe he takes out some frustration on the ball here. That's what I would like to see him do anyways after I got shafted on that call. But anyways, that's yesterday. Today we're on to a new day. And we're going to go to our last game, the matchup between the Giants and the Padres. I'm going to go with Jock Peterson here for a home run at plus 450. He hit a home run on Tuesday. I like his chances to go back-to-back here. Yu Darvish has really struggled on the road for the Padres. He's allowed 7 home runs in his last 7 starts. Has also allowed 9 home runs in his last 5 starts against the Giants. So give me Jock Peterson for a home run at plus 450. I'm also going to look at Mike Yastrzemski for a home run at plus 600. He's hitting 389 with 3 home runs in his career off of Darvish. Has a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. So give me Mike Yastrzemski at plus 600. And to close things out, I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 425. Keeps tearing the cover off the ball. He's fresh off of a 3-for-5 day, hitting around 400 with 4 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. I'm assuming there's probably going to be a bullpen game for the San Francisco Giants. But still plenty of righty bullpen arms there. And I still think that, even if he faces a lefty, Tatis Jr. still has solid splits against lefties as well. So I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. for a home run to close things out at plus 425. We'll do a quick recap of the plays that we did give out for Wednesday's action. We started things off with Jorge Soler for the Marlins at plus 425. Went to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at plus 500. For the Marlins, leans towards Garrett Hampson and Luis Arraez, and for the Jays, leans towards guys like Springer, Bichette, and even Danny Jansen as well. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Luke Raley at plus 425. For the Orioles, Ryan O'Hearn at plus 425. And Austin Hayes at plus 600. For the Cincinnati Reds, Ellie De La Cruz at plus 390. Again, I said this could be a catalog spot for the Reds. I think India, Fraley, Stevenson, Steer, all in play. And I don't think I can make a argument, against any Cincinnati Reds bat in this matchup against Colorado and Connor Siebold. For the Detroit Tigers, I like Spencer Torkelson for a home run at plus 550, as well as Kerry Carpenter for a home run at plus 500. A lean towards Matt Beerling if you can find a price on him. Now, no Royals, like I said, really stood out for me in that match. Maybe a lean towards Salvador Perez. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll for a home run at plus 380, as well as Jake McCarthy at plus 1100, our longest shot of the day. And for the Diamondbacks as well, Christian Walker at plus 425. For the Cardinals, Nolan Arenado at plus 425. Paul DeJong at plus 500. And Paul Goldschmidt at plus 300. For the Cardinals as well, leans towards Dylan Carlson and Jordan Walker. For the Washington Nationals, Lane Thomas at plus 600. For the Atlanta Braves, Austin Riley at plus 550. Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 425. And Marcelo Zuna at plus 475. Also putting a couple of bucks for leans on Ozzie Albies and Eddie Rosario as well for the Braves. For the Phillies, you're going to take a look at Bryson Stott at plus 750 for a home run. Also leans towards Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. For the Chicago White Sox, Luis Robert at plus 380. And Jake Berger at plus 340. For the Texas Rangers, Corey Seager at plus 350. And Adolis Garcia at plus 370. For the Rangers, I also lean towards Leody Taveras and Jonah Heim. And going back to that Boston Red Sox matchup, I think you can make a case for any Boston Red Sox bat against the Minnesota Twins and Sonny Gray in that bullpen. And our last couple props we went with for the Giants, Jock Peterson at plus 450. Went with Mike Yastrzemski for the Giants at plus 600. And Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres at plus 425. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Up over 132,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Couldn't have done it without your guys' love and support, so make sure you're subscribed to our channel. And if you haven't already, smash that like button. Really helps us out. Lets us know that you guys like the content that we're putting out here at Pickdawgz. And also make sure you have notifications turned on. Today is a perfect example why. Like I said, I try to get these videos out as early as possible. I still have to sometimes wait for some information so that I have something to give you guys on this home run prop show. And it didn't come out until early Wednesday morning. So if you have notifications turned on, you can be the first to be in the know when the content drops. And as soon as the content comes out, you can check it out, and then you get those plays in with plenty of time to spare before first pitch. If you're looking for my best bets, the games I am the most confident in, the games I love the most, you can head on over to pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. That includes my daily $19 best bet. And while you're at Pickdawgz or Sports Chat Place, I implore everyone, check out these betting tools. They are 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business. They are tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. You're not going to find betting tools like this anywhere for anything, let alone 100% free like we're giving them here to you at Pickdawgz or Sports Chat Place. So make sure you go on over and check them out. Thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's crush the books on Wednesday.